We are at the global premiere of Honda's upcoming midsize SUV, Honda Elevate. To talk about how critical that model launch is for the company, we have with us Mr. Kunal Behel, VP Sales and Marketing at Honda Cars India. Mr. Behel, thank you very much for talking to Autocar.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
It's a big one. I mean, entry or rather re-entry into the critical midsize SUV market. What are the hopes? What are the expectations?
I think the expectations are huge. Honda has a very strong prominence in the sedan segment, and there's something which Indian customers are looking from Honda is that when is the Honda coming up in the growing SUV segment. So I think we rightly placed it. As I said a little while back, we did extensive surveys with our customers, what kind of SUV they want, what kind of SUV they want from Honda for them. So that is how the new Elevate is. A lot of designing has gone into making the car, and we call it as urban freestyler. So I'm sure this will appeal to a wider range of customers, not just to Honda loyalists, but also attract new set of customers for Honda.
Right. Let's talk about the timing. The segment is already populated with a lot of different options. Is it a matter of a little too late, or the market is just warming up and probably it's the right time?
I think, as I said, the segment of SUV is growing with a 5 years CAGR of 21%, and I see a lot of potential in the SUV segment. So it's all the more better that more and more competition comes in. The customer gets to choose a lot of different cars, and every car has a unique presence. Elevate offers a very unique presence on the road with the bold, masculine look. The signature grille accentuates a lot of confidence, and also we are very carefully carried over the confidence inside the interiors as well. So we keep talking about our design philosophy of man maximum, machine minimum. That is being clearly designed in this car. So we focus a lot on the passenger, not just on the form of the car, but even on the functionality of the car. So I think that makes it unique. You get a lot of roomy space both inside the cabin and also in the trunk. So I think customers will love that part. And the third part, which is quite important, is the maneuverability. So the car actually transferred through multitude of terrains like this bone-chilling snow, or maybe, as I said, scorching sun, and not to forget the bylanes of the Indian driving. So the maneuverability is going to be very, very distinctive features, what distinguishes Honda Elevate from the rest. And safety is of prime importance, and it has both active and passive safety features, not just for the occupants but also on the pedestrian part as well. And of course it comes with the packed with Honda Sensing, which is ADAS technology, which I am sure makes it different and differentiates from the SUV segment itself from other competition players.
Right. Fair to say that in a market where options are tremendous, Honda's choosing its battles. I mean, what I mean to ask is the powertrain options that are there in the market. In the midsize SUV nowadays, we have BEVs, we have hybrids, we have petrol, we have diesel. You've selected your own course. What was the thought process behind that?
So basically, as we said, 2050 we are aiming for carbon neutrality. So we are basically chasing two zeros. The first zero is carbon neutral, and second zero is collision traffic fatalities. So talking about the first one, we chose to be electrified, was the first step of electric hybrid, which we came up in city. In case of Elevate, we chose to come up with the pure battery electric vehicle. Of course, we see a lot of potential in that segment going forward, as there's a lot of steam focus from the government as well. So we've chosen it carefully. That city, of course, is with the hybrid. Elevate now comes up with the electric, and of course we have petrol. So we're very fairly present in the powertrains which we should and what customer wants. So I'm sure that's what the customer prefers as well.
Right, and there was also a midterm roadmap that was shared with us today, 2030 vision. Clearly, the game or the roadmap has been defined. What can one expect from Honda Cars India in the coming next, say, 4 to 5 years?
So I think, as I said, the SUV segment is a fast booming segment, and we want to have a stronger presence in the SUV. So we launched the Elevate today. We're going to have, on the same platform, we'll have an pure battery electric vehicle next in 3 years. And then after that, till 2030, we'll have 3 more SUVs come up. So we are focusing a lot on the SUV, trying to expand our presence in the SUV segment. We are very strong in sedan, and we like to hold on that strength. So that remains our strength, and of course that's the added strength of SUV now. So that's the overall road plan. So 5 SUVs till 2030, including this one, is the fair roadmap which we've made till now.
Right, and you were quite modest when it comes to the growth rate in the last few years. The market was galloping along, and now that you have a trump up your shoulder, what do you expect from the year 2023, 2024? Do you expect Honda to now gather pace, momentum, and outpace the market? What are your growth expectations for the current year, and do you see this probably a new phase wherein Honda it's on path after correction onto a growth curve?
Right. So last year our growth was about 7%. We sold about 91,400 cars, and with the Elevate coming up in the right segment of SUV, I think the second half of this financial year we are targeting about 35% growth in the second half over the previous second half. And I think yes, as I said, SUV Elevate is not going to get only the Honda loyal customers, but it should attract wide range of non-Honda customers of past. So that is how we are looking at that kind of a growth.
Right, and from now on, is it fair for one to expect that after the course correction of the last few years, now you're on a growth path and the only way is up from here?
Yes, definitely. We are quite hoping that Elevate is set to get a new set of customers to us. We're looking for good growth. Our network is prepared. We have, as I mentioned in the presentation, we are trying to have a premium experience for customers. So when you go to the showroom of Honda, now you'll have a premium look, and of course, the volume should grow with us with the Elevate.
And just lastly, on the overall market environment, there were fears after 2 consecutive years of a strong double-digit growth that there'll be a semblance of correction in growth. I mean, industry body CM is talking about 5 to 7% kind of a growth. You're bullish. The first couple of months have been quite promising. What's your view on the current market demand, and how do you see the year ending for the industry? I mean, is there a clear side of growth, or there's still some headwinds there?
So I think very clearly last year the industry closed at the ever highest number of 3.9 million, which is about 27% growth of the previous year. The last hit was 2018-19. So industry is growing at a much faster pace, and thanks to, of course, the growing Indian economy, the availability of finance has become quite easier, and with this year specific, I think the growth should get level off a little bit, because last year the base was very high, and so we don't expect a very double-digit growth to come up this year. But yes, the industry is quite buoyant, and specifically the SUV segment to talk so. So yes, we believe about 5 to 6% of growth coming up this year in the industry as well.
But from Honda's perspective, it will be much faster, given the fact that you have a new baby in the portfolio.
So we have a new baby now, and specifically the second half should be much stronger than the previous year.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bell.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time and wish you all the best.